Welcome to the King's Speech in the Pirate King kitchen. Hope you had good Christmas. We'll be cooking and chatting and having some fun. Drinking wine and swearing. Christmas and cheesy if you can. Pirate King kitchen, oh yeah.
That's plenty.
And we appear to be live. Well, it's a while since we've done this. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas. I, as usual, I'm drinking some wine, and God knows where this is going today. We could all end up with just a cheese sandwich. We got everybody with us, Kales?
We do.
No. No, they're all leathered on the couch sleeping.
Karen Point and said Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Karen Point. So, today, we are going to, the King's Speech, as usual, is our Boxing Day tribute to the far too much food that you cooked yesterday and what to do with it now. So, this is what's left of our turkey crown. Yummy. Right, we're going to make it a lot nicer. What we're going to do first is we're going to take some of this crown meat off. So just down the breastbone. And for those of you asking, yes, those are Damascus knives. Santa was very good to me this year. So just down the breastbone, down the wishbone. Won't be getting all the meat off, but enough for us today. Did everybody have a good Christmas? What did Santa bring everybody? Or what unforgivable thing did you say to your in-laws while you were drunk? Any chit-chat?
So Louise Basket ran and said, morning trips, Merry Christmas. She said afternoon rather. Lindsay Houston says, have you got anything to cure a hangover?
Most of these dishes, if you get them down your neck, will either kill you or cure you.
And Carol Williams said, nice knives. Fiona Justice said, Captain Justice is watching with Daddy Justice. Hi, folks.
Oh, the Vice Commandant Justice. Right, so first thing we're going to do, I don't want you to judge me, we'll take a can of iron brew. Put about half of it in a pan. Some mashed up garlic. You'll see this is quick and dirty because it is Boxing Day. I forgot what time of year it was there. We've got some red peppers, and I'm sure I've done some onions. There we go. I'll get some onions off of that. And we're just going to stick that up here on a gentle heat. We're going to take some of this onion. And we're going to put that up there and basically forget about it. So we do have, yes, garlic, iron brew, peppers and onions. We'll come back to that later. So the other two dishes we're going to make today, we're going to show you a chimichanga, which is a Mexican fried wrap of sorts. It's like a Mexican spring roll, probably. I'm not stepping on anybody's cultural heritage. That's how I look at it. I'm going to make a curry. Curries are easy to do, and always that'll clear Lindsay's hangover. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our curry on the go. If Mr. Connell's watching, I do apologise for the bleeping. But such is life.
So we've got Sharon Webb says, Merry Christmas, Pirate King Kitchen Squad. Alan Glassbrush says, is that a new frying pan? And the Tommy Curl says, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. I got a quad lock for the street glide.
Nice. For those of you who follow the show, Tommy's just got himself a new, new to him, street glide. So got a big boy's bike now. So he's been getting some toys for that. Excuse me. Well, it's not COVID. Thank God we're over that. What do you mean it's not over? Yeah, we'll come back to that. So our iron brewing. We're going to start off on our curry. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of our gravy from yesterday. You worked really hard on that gravy. It's got all those lovely turkey flavours. So that's going to be the base for our curry. And into that, we are going to add the rest of our onion. And we have some little heritage carrots left over from yesterday. So these are from our leftover table, and they just give it a nice bit of colour. And I say we're just going to put that on a light heat. Because what you got to remember, your turkey's cooked. And depending how well you cooked it, both figuratively and literally, what we're doing today, the sauces that we're going to be making, or the dishes we're going to make, the intention is to heat the turkey through. We really don't want to be cooking it anymore. So we're focusing, the turkey will kind of right at the last minute. I also have some, what else? What other stuff do I have? I have herbs and spices. So in here, you got that on the dish. Got a cinnamon stick, some garam masala, some ginger, some coriander, a little bit of chili, and some cloves. So what we're doing is we're taking our good turkey gravy and we're just going to change its DNA a little bit by putting some herbs and spices in it. And we're just going to let that heat through. In the other pan here, we'll get started on our chimichanga. So we're just going to put some oil in that pan. And we are going to go in with, we'll put the rest of our peppers in our iron brew mixture. Some finely sliced shallots. Again, we're going to cook this down, but we want to leave a bit of crunch in it, so we don't want it too big. You can get shallots, in the house. Onions fine, just cut it a bit finer. So that goes into our onions. What?
Goes into our onions.
So well, but our onions, it's very metaphysical. It's very much a representation of Nietzsche's psychology in the 22nd century, where you're not just eating the onion, you are the onion. The tears of COVID, the bitterness of nearly 30 years of marriage. No. So our onions are sweating away in our pan. Are we happy with that? Producer there? Producer Murphy, happy? Good. Okay, and to that, we're also going to add our Mexican spices. So we have a chipotle pepper, put it in whole. We have smoked paprika, some coriander, and that's just going to do that stuff. I'm not quite sure what that stuff is. Fry, saute. It's been a while since we've done this. So into our herbs and onions, we're going to add some chopped up roast potatoes. Now, usually in your chimichangas, you would use rice and refried beans. So we're just kind of replacing, for the purposes of staying with this particular episode theme, those are potatoes, nice little crispy edges on them, nice fluffy stuff in the middle. So it's all good.
Right. We've got Laura Gallagher says, Merry Christmas from Dubai.
Oh,
Hope you're having
nice.
the best time.
Oh, that's all you done there.
Louise says, Tracy, are you enjoying your new beer machine?
Yes, I am.
She's actually not used it today. Karen Clellan said, good afternoon, Pirate. You're making me starving watching this. Lol. And Laura Gallagher says, how long do you keep leftovers?
If you refrigerate them, fresh turkey cooked properly, it'll stay in your fridge for 3 to 5 days. Your veggies and that, Boxing Day would probably be the limit I would put on it. You know, maybe today or tomorrow, depending on what they are. Veggies are going to start going a bit brown and blue. Your potatoes and your starches maybe get a bit of time out of. Gravy we find to stick in the freezer. If you cooled your stuff down quick enough, you can basically put it in the freezer and bring it out 2 or 3 weeks from now, which is all good. Okay, so our curry's bubbling away. Perhaps we don't want it bubbling that much. Just a tip. And to our curry, we are now going to add. What are we going to add to our curry? A little bit of tomato passat. And a little bit of coconut milk. So we're just going to let that heat through. So basically what we've got in there is our gravy from yesterday, which is all that turkey and herbs and onions or whatever you made your gravy with. Put some coconut milk in there, some tomato passat, some chopped up vegetables, again, from your curry plate, from your Christmas plate or your Christmas leftovers, and we're just going to let that bubble away. On this pan, so we put some oil in there to start off with, and we've now got some nice crispy onions. Our potatoes are nice and crispy again, and we've got all our herbs and spices in there. So what I'm going to do to that is I'm going to put just a splash I don't want this mixture particularly wet. So just enough to cook into the tomatoes or into the potatoes. I'm getting all my vegetables mixed up today. Possibly shouldn't have had those 3 bottles of wine this morning. I say back into a little potato bowl. So that's us done our starch for our chimichanga. So the next thing we're going to do for that is start to prepare our turkey. So we basically want the turkey nice slices across the fibre because we know it's going to break up a little bit. We're hoping it's going to break up a little bit. Any more comments? Anybody joining in our Christmas muff? So anybody see what they got from Santa?
Nope.
Nope. Well, as an audience goes, you're pretty shit. Just let me tell you. We might have been away for a while, but at least we know what we're doing. So fingers out, gentlemen and ladies. So we're just heating through our turkey. We are going to add to that a little bit of Greek yogurt. Leave that down there for just now. And the juice of half a lime. And all we're looking to do is basically put a little bit of moisture back into our turkey without, and this is a technical term, cooking the bejesus out of it. So salt, pepper, a little bit of lime, a little bit of yogurt. And I can take that out. And place it onto a bowl. So we have to apologise. We've been a bit absent this year, purely because after the last couple of years, it's been a bit strange. Because COVID was on, then COVID was off, then COVID's friends came along. And now COVID's friends more popular than COVID. And we're locked down, we're not locked down. You can go somewhere you can't go somewhere. 7 of you can go somewhere, but the other 3 can't. So we've been trying to enjoy civilian life while we can. So we've been a bit missing with the shows. So we had a bit of a chat about the future of the channel. Don't panic, we're not going anywhere. Trying to get guests on a regular basis, or trying to get good guests on a regular basis, is difficult. Is this on the main camera? Because this is me going to my bath to here. Okay. And the problem being is trying to get good guests fairly regularly. It's difficult because we're asking for their time, we're looking at our time. So there's some other things we wanted to do, or we had a chat about doing. Some other formats. So I'm going to get Nibbles to run a little trailer for us. Mm-hmm. So we have it. 4 new formats. So we're still going to do the chef's table, which will be our interview format of having interesting people here, chatting away to them, and seeing what they've done in their lives and some good chat and all that. They'll be recorded. We're also going to do Le Pantalon Français. So we're going to try and show you, if you want, how to get that kind of restaurant look, restaurant feel about dishes, your Michelin star type stuff. Actually, if you listen carefully, you can hear Carol Williams unzipping. So that'll be all about the presentation of a dish, and and for anniversaries and Valentine's Day and special occasions. So that's something to look forward to. We're also going to do bites, which are little short episodes, 15, 20 minutes long, which will be midweek meals, healthy, on a budget, stuff you can buy in the supermarket that you can just bang out really quickly. And we're going to do 5 things. 5 things is going to be listicles. Yes, that is a real word. If you've got a pizza oven, what else can you do with your pizza oven other than make pizzas? If you have a charcoal grill, what else can you do apart from destroy sausages? If you are want to get serious about cooking, what 5 knives you should have in your drawer to get you started? 5 basic sauces, all little things like that. So it'll either be little mini series or it'll be little quick episodes. That's 4 formats, isn't it? Bites. Bites is a short thing. 5 things was the listicles. So that's it. And obviously the live show is when we feel you need some live show love in your life. So that's it. So any comments? Anybody saying anything?
So Bob McDonald says, got a Harley mug from Rona and Adrian.
Smashing.
And he also asked, can I come for lunch? COVID.
Not during COVID.
Carl Williams says, Santa bought me an Oculus. Great fun killing zombies. Fiona Justice, the Justice household got tasty booze and spending pennies.
Nice. Karen
Cleland says, I got a chocolate fountain for Christmas, so bring it to our next get together with lots of chocolate marshmallows.
That sounds like a fantastic plan.
Carol Williams says, new format sounds great. And then
Can't get the wee man's one.
He sent I don't think he meant it, he sent an eye with a laughing face. And then Laura Gallagher says, Kevin McMillan, if I can come back, can I be your first one here?
So Kevin is on the roster for the King's Table shows. So that's up to Laura to negotiate whether that can happen. We're going to get Kevin back and lean more into his yes, I do. Thank you very much for asking. I'm not telling Carol what my username is because he'll just talk to me. So it's coming that time. We all know the time. We sat through it yesterday when we thought it was over. But it's not. Can we get a little graphic for your BAFTA consideration under here? Let's talk about sprouts. We all bought far too many. We all cooked them far too much. And even though we thought the pain and the anguish was over, it's not. Because some of the little bastards are still left. They are breeding. So what we have done with these little boys, we've pared off their outer coats, and we're just going to slide them through a mandolin. Now, you can do this with a knife, nice sharp knife, but be very careful with your fingers, like this posh. Yeah, so you want them nice and thin, possibly not that thin. Nice and thin. You can do it with your knife. Just work around the root so that you're not getting anything too unpleasant in your mouth. Giggity. That's the first giggity of the special. And we're just going to make a nice little slaw to go with our chimichangas. See, the little sprouts, when you shred them like this, a few go a long, long way. Not long far enough because they're still fucking sprouts. No, this makes, at the end of the day, sprouts are just little cabbages. And coleslaw is made with cabbage. So think of it as it's almost, it's vegetarian. It's a vegetarian dish. I'm doing a vegetarian dish, look at it. Fantastic. No, this is actually a nice little accompaniment with stuff. Especially fried stuff. You want to get that sort of cut through it a little bit. So I think that'll do us on the sprout front. So we're going to take our... Oh, I really didn't want to put that in there. I just have to use a knife. Thank God I have brand new Damascus knives. Yeah, so we're just going to take a little bit of the shredded sprout. No, I've taken some of the sprout and we're going to add some finely sliced pepper to it.
We should look her
Yeah.
next time. She's got no manners.
Who ordered the production supervisor?
Nobody.
So, some pepper into our sprouts. And thank you very much. Our curry's just bubbling away nicely. Our iron brew is reducing. I'm just making sure we don't lose the shot because I'm buttering up. There we go. Perfect. And into here, I have some finely. Actually, I'll do some spare stuff. I just like using my new knife. That's what the problem is. So, some nice thin shreds of shallot. Again, you can use onion if you don't have shallots. In your little bowl, I am going to kill the heat on that. So, into our sprout slaw, we're going to add in a little bit of lime juice. Rest of the lime juice. Back to our yogurt. Again, don't want a lot, we don't want it too heavy. Just for that amount, maybe a teaspoon. And we also have a mixture here of nigella seeds or onion seeds, white sesame seeds, and tarragon. I'll pop that in there. Some Karen salt, nice bit of black pepper, and a spoon. And we're just going to let all those flavours get to know each other. Tiny bit of olive oil. Tiny bit of mirin. If you don't have mirin, or you have yogurt in your hands and can't open your mirin, perfectly acceptable to use balsamic vinegar. But again, it's a tablespoon. You're not drowning it. You don't want this thing overly vinegary. So you've got sharpness of the spouts, sweetness of pepper, sharpness of the onion, some of your seeds in there, a little bit of yogurt, a little bit of lime. That goes down there for plating at the end. Bye-bye, Mr. Spoon. That's off. That one goes on. Any more comments, Kales?
Louisa said Leslie got treated to a few days in London to see Ed Sheeran.
Nice. Is that really a treat? Is that really a Ed Sheeran? It's nice to listen to. Not great on the eye.
Karen Clellan says, nice to hear I still have my own salt range.
Perfect. Okie dokie. So we're moving on at pace before there's a copyright claim. So we have basically we've taken a can of iron brew and we've reduced it down to, I don't know, an incontinent mouse. A couple of tablespoons. We've got our garlic in there as well. To this, we are going to add a little bit of our tomato passat. What else are we going to add to that? Some brown sugar and some cashew nuts.
So Laura Gallagher said, what do you cook for Hogmanay? Do you make traditional steak pie or something else?
Well, there's a thing. We usually have friends over, and I do somewhere between a 5 and 9 course tasting menu. That's when I get to do my Michelin star stuff. So it's just little bites of very fancy food. So we tend to do that we usually start eating about 5 o'clock, finish about midnight. So that's what we tend to do. Growing up, it was very much the kind of you had an early dinner, and then you'd steak pie either at the bells or after the bells. Oh, I forgot this pan doesn't like that cooker. Yeah, it's been a while. Bear with us. So, one of the things we'll be talking about on 5 Things is how induction cookers are moody children. Gives you all the convenience of gas, with the attitude of a teenager. There we go. Happy days. We'll leave our curry over there. Our sweet and sour, because that's what that's going to become, is going to bubble away there. We've put our oil on here. We're going to start heating that up for deep frying of our chimichanga. So for the chimichangas, get yourself a wrap. Just keep an eye on this because you want this to kind of reduce down and get nice and sticky. Stop bleeping at me. On the back third of your wrap, we're going to take some of our spiced potato mix. I'm going to take some of our turkey. Perfect. Do not overfill it. We'll take a little freshly chopped onion. And some grated mixed cheese. And we're going to put that just on there. We're just going to let the wrap warm through a little bit. It'll make it more flexible and more pliable. So in our little sweet and sour, just for some crunch, we'll put the rest of our onions. So it's been quite quiet out there today. We're usually a bit more chatty. Are people feeling the worse for wear?
Certainly looking at me.
A little bit of balsamic vinegar just to give us a little bit more punch through our sweet and sour. Our wrap should be hopefully nice and floppy now. So we fold in our sides, fold over our top, and we want this nice and squishy. Now I am what's known in the trade as an abject coward. So I will be putting not that pin. I will be putting a skewer through this if I can find one of the little ones. All my little skewers have gone. I'm actually going to have to do it properly. Right, so sweet and sour is almost there. So that can go off. That can go up there to stay warm. We'll bring our oil down here. We'll make lots of bleeping noises. There we go. We'll give that a couple of minutes to heat up. Move our turkey off to the side. What are we looking at time-wise?
That doesn't look right.
I hate induction cookers. I hate them. No, we were given this to trial. And it cooks fantastically. It bleeps too much. I'm not a fan of the over beepingness of it all. Too much beepage.
So Sharon Webb says, Peter Dave says you aren't drinking your wine.
It's a fantastic point, well made. Let me remedy that. Too busy cooking, David. Yeah, everybody's been far too quiet, so I'm not going to cook anymore until somebody says something.
What is that you're drinking?
19 crimes. So I'm going to look for my little probe now. Giggity. Checking the temperature of oil always makes fantastic television.
Laura Gallagher says, happy Boxing Day.
Thank you very much. I'm going to give my wife the nod. This is the nod. Earlier I gave her a task. I said, when I give you the nod,
do it.
That is the nod. A couple more minutes on that. Start tidying up a little bit. A little bit more turkey.
Simon Field says, enjoy the day, chef. I feel like I can't talk to
It is, yes, everybody's, we're out of practice, that's what it is. Of course I haven't done this for so long.
Chief, no chef. Chief. I need my
Chief
glasses
chef.
on.
So again, we've got our hot sweet and sour sauce, our iron brew sweet and sour. Don't want to cook our turkey anymore. So We're just going to fold it through our sauce.
That's good.
We'll check our oil. Let's see if we're up to our temperature yet. Okay, so we're going to gently lower our chimichanga in, trying not to
On your finger.
burn or kill ourselves.
Oh, I can see that.
Silence!
Okay. Tracy.
It's almost working. Why do you think I sent Tracy out of the room? Yeah, on a safety note, don't overfill your pan. And never put your fingers in the hot oil. Right, so we're just going to let that brown away and get nice and crispy. It's perfectly safe. Nothing to worry about. And just before we one last thing, we're going to make a quick guac or more smashed avocado. Flip that over.
So Tommy says he got a framed picture of William Harley and Arthur Davidson sitting on their 1914 Harley Davidson motorcycle from his mother-in-law.
Nice. Quality.
That's not class.
Here comes the chef. Okay, so we'll take these 2 plates up here. Turn that off. We'll drain most of the oil off of that. So in there we've got our turkey, we've got our spiced potato, we've got some cheese.
Yum.
Just put that one there and let that drain. A couple of bowls of rice here to go with our, again, microwave stuff, guys. It's Boxing Day. I'm not boiling rice or doing any of that nonsense.
Dan would say nom nom. Nom nom.
So that's our turkey iron brew and cashew sweet and sour. With, because I just remembered they were in here, crispy shallots. There we go.
Nice.
Sorry guys, bit untidier than we usually are. Purely because we're out of practice. But we also have a lightly spiced turkey and heritage carrot curry. And we will dress that with, what are we dressing that with? That's our curry. I was going to do a quick guacamole, but the avocados are actually quite hard. So I'm not. Plus, technically, it's not a Christmas leftover. I am, though, going to look for a plate, which will probably be in the plate drawer. We're going to take our sprout slaw. And our chimichanga, which will be nice and ASMR, is that what it's called? It'll cut through the middle of that. That's our nice little spice wrap. So remove that. Dress the plate a wee bit comfy fancy. So, not as smooth as we usually are because we're a bit out of practice and we might be nursing massive hangovers. But there's 3 fairly easy dishes that you can do with your Christmas leftovers. Where are we at for time?
42 minutes.
Yeah, I'm happy there.
Got a couple of comments. So Nicola Gibbs says, sorry, I've been too busy watching and stuffing mince pies in my face to text. I'm good for cooking advice, but any input on how to cope with moody teenagers gratefully received. P.S. Boxing Day greetings from Coventry.
Thrash them. Give them a bloody good hiding. It's missing in today's society. Children have no fear. Let's give them some.
Super. Fiona Justice said the Justice household is super hungry now. Looks delicious. And Cara Williams says, great work, chef.
Thank you very much. So, we'll just round off. Again, thank you for tuning in to our nonsense. Going forward, we're still going to be on Facebook. All the links to the shows will be on Facebook, but the majority of the channel will be on YouTube in the new year. Reason being, Facebook is not keen on our particular brand of swearing. YouTube is a bit more leniency there. So ideally, if you can tell your friends, share, subscribe. I know you hear it a lot on social media and idiots standing in front of cameras, but it is important for the life. I do this, because I enjoy it. I would do this whether there was a camera there or not. Setting up for the cameras and prepping stuff takes a bit of time, it's a bit more effort. I'm only going to do that if you guys want to see it. If you don't want to see it, that's fine. If you do want to see it, like it, subscribe, share, all that stuff, because that gets you off the hook going forward, because other people will be watching it and won't be pressuring you to like and subscribe all the time. But it does make a big difference if you leave a wee comment, or when you see the adverts for the shows get out, a lot of you like it, and that's fantastic. I really do appreciate it. As soon as you click like, click share as well, if you don't mind, because if we can get this out there, then we can do more stuff, and it makes it all worthwhile for us and for you guys. So I'm going to start asking for stuff. New season's coming soon, I promise. There'll be new merch. These are, did I mention I got custom forged Damascus knives? A lot of people have asked the type of knife I use. It's a Nakiri knife. We are trying to get some for the shop, for the Pirate King Kitchen shop. So hopefully when we come back in the new year, it won't be like this, but it will be that flat, square, Japanese style blade. So maybe help you out there. If you watch the show, thank you very much. Hope to see you again. If you liked it, tell somebody else. If you didn't like it, tell us, and we'll try and fix it. Thank you for sharing your Boxing Day with us. And you're very welcome that we were happy to share it with you. So I think the only thing that's left on this Boxing Day and to close out this season, season 3, Christmas finale, well, at least we don't have to worry about COVID anymore. Play my music.